In this video, we will learn the triads that are derived from the melodic minor scale. To form the melodic minor scale, we begin with natural minor. Here is the A natural minor scale. All natural minor scales use the notes from their key signature. Since A is the relative minor of C major, the A minor key signature has no sharps or flats. To create the A melodic minor scale, we raise the 6th and 7th notes of the scale by 1/2 step. So the F becomes F sharp, and the G becomes G sharp. For the descending form of the scale, we return the 6th and 7th notes to what they were before they were raised, making the descending G sharp G and the F sharp F. So the descending melodic minor scale is the same as natural minor. Since we know the chords from natural minor, we will only be concerned with the ascending form of melodic minor. We can now follow the same process that we followed for creating the chords from the major, natural minor, and harmonic minor scales. We will add 2 notes and stack thirds above each note of the scale, giving us line, 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 or space, space, space combinations. To come up with the correct chords for melodic minor, we need to be sure that any chord that has the raised 6th or 7th of the scale, in this case F sharp or G sharp, also has that note. So we will add the following F sharps to the 2nd and 4th chords, and G sharps to the 3rd and 5th chords. Now I can name each triad by checking for the distribution of thirds. Since the root of the first chord is A, this is some type of A chord. By determining the intervals between the root and the 3rd and the 3rd and the 5th, we can name the chord. From A to C is a minor third, or 3/2 steps, and C to E is a major third, or 4/2 steps. Therefore, we have an A minor triad. For the next triad, we have B to D as a minor third, or 3/2 steps, and D to F sharp as a major third, or 4/2 steps. Therefore, this is a B minor triad. For the next triad, we have C to E as a major third, and E to G sharp as another major third. Therefore, this is a C augmented triad. If we continue up the scale using the formulas for triads, we will determine that the 4th chord with D, F sharp, and A is D major. The 5th chord with E, G sharp, and B is E major. The 6th chord with F sharp, A, and C is F sharp diminished. The 7th chord with G sharp, B, and D is G sharp diminished, and this returns us back to A minor, a chord that we do not have to rewrite since it is the same as the first chord. Now that we know the names of the chords in A melodic minor, we can determine the Roman numerals. Since A minor is the first chord, we will use a lowercase 1. The 1 shows that it is the first chord in the key, and the lowercase shows that it is minor. With the B minor chord being the second chord in the key, it will get a lowercase 2 Roman numeral. With C augmented being the third chord in the key, we will use an uppercase 3 with a plus to show that the third chord in the key is augmented. 4 is major and uses an uppercase 4. 5 is major and uses an uppercase 5. 6 is diminished and uses a lowercase 6 with a circle. And 7 is diminished and uses a lowercase 7 with a circle. What we have discussed to this point with the creation of triads and keys and the Roman numerals all follows regular formulas for naming the chords and identifying Roman numerals. With music theory being a science that strives to explain how sounds work together in the context of the artistic expression of a composer, improviser, or performer, It is nowhere near a perfect science. Here is one case in point. For the Roman numeral for the sixth chord in melodic minor, we use a lowercase 6 and a circle to show its position in the scale and its quality. Since the root of the chord is raised from what it is in natural minor, the convention is to call this chord sharp 6 diminished. This does not necessarily mean that the chord will have a sharp on the root. In this case, sharp simply means that the root was raised by a half step from what it was in the key signature for natural minor. Where this gets a little confusing is with the seventh chord of the scale. Here we have a chord where the root has also been raised by one half step from what it is in the natural minor key signature. But it is not the convention to call this sharp 7 diminished. The reason being is that 7 diminished is the common chord from the seventh position of a minor key, and it is understood that it is based off of the raised seventh of the scale when it is identified as 7 diminished. Sharp 6 diminished is not a common chord, so it receives a special designation. Here are all the chords from the A melodic minor scale with their names and corresponding Roman numerals. Since the chord qualities in Roman numerals remain the same from one melodic minor scale to another, we can transfer these to any other minor key. Here are the triads from D melodic minor. Here are the triads from F melodic minor. And here are the triads from D sharp melodic minor.